to get too far into this though, I have to make one stipulation. I will be referring to this as a GoPro stick or a GoPro pole. You can call it a selfie stick, just not in front of me, please. My favorite GoPro stick is of course the composite hockey stick. This hollow stick is extremely light and strong. Another huge plus of this rectangular stick is that it's self-righting. Keeping this level does not require any visual attention at all. I went to this one when I got tired of shooting in crotchland. And what I meant by that is I had a medium-sized GoPro pole, which was about here, which is good enough. But if you get lazy, you're shooting this, and what's that? It's just a crunch shot, really. Especially if the camera's tilted the wrong way. So bring her out. You got a movie. So I've lost the microphone and the other camera, which means the sound is shitty, but I have a lot less weight. I could hold that for a very long time without getting tired. So when I set out for chippy urban skate, I'm often tempted to bring one of my little monopods for mobility. I'm convinced that it can help me weave through traffic, but they're really a half measure. I'll show you my monopod first. The monopod is standard operating procedure for any videographer on the go. I like it because it extends your reach, and it's got the pivot on the head. That means you can hold it like this vertically. But the monopod has joins, and anything with joins is going to be weaker than like a carbon fiber or even a wooden stick. When I get down to my really small setups, my old tripod legs, where I've lost a tripod and found myself 3 monopods. The problem with this is the same thing as with the monopod, except like tenfold. These things by themselves aren't very sturdy. I would suggest folding them in just a little bit and then clipping them up with about 2 centimeters inside each piping. My reach is better with a short stick if I'm thinking about it though, than with a long stick if I'm being negligent. So I'm not at all skimpy about hockey tape when it comes to my rigs or my stick. I like to wind a lot around the end here to avoid impaling myself, making a wider, softer area with which to catch myself on my diaphragm. This happened before. I'm also hesitant to use my GoPro mount alone with just a plastic clip. I like to tape the camera right to the stick if I can, and I can. Wow, I have moved up. There's a Hooters in my neighborhood. A huge discovery for me lately has been this clamp that I created about 2 years ago. I guess that's not really lately. This clamp doubles as an extra camera person, as a sound person, even as a finger cam, which is oh so important. That clamp I was talking about earlier, I use that in every single one of my motorcycle shoots. The single best way to attach to a motorcycle or a bicycle. So if you've got your full length shots and you find you've got a lot of the same direction, a lot of the same view, you can then default to the short view, but not the middle ground. Go, I say, headshot, or you can go with the extreme on the foot shot. Freeze that smile. Jeez, that's slow. That's why I don't shoot with phones. We learned 3 things. 4 things. The longer the stick, the better. You must be conscious and aware enough to keep your arm somewhat steady. And just because you have a long stick doesn't mean you have a long reach. Wait, that might not be a catchphrase for a t-shirt. Oh yes, and the last thing we learned about is the amazing $5 of genius, the clamp. Big fan of that.